Good morning and welcome back to day 7 of converting Coffee the Crafter. Temperature is all of a sudden just absolutely dropped. I've got 2 jumpers on. Like, it's September still, I know, but it's a good time for some thermal cups, and we got these from Busfest. This Utoka, I think that's how you pronounce it. But they have like cool boxes and everything, but we thought these were really cute, so we got matching, and we've got some Biscoff biscuits to get us through, and it's the perfect weather to say let's insulate the van. Here we have the man of the hour.
Hello, we're back once again, this time doing the insulation.
I was just saying how it's literally freezing, so we need to get this van
picked a good day, didn't we?
Insulated ASAP.
So first real thing we've come across, which I suppose is a bit of a problem now. Basically on the outside of the van it's been hit before, as we've seen that this had work done on it, and the paint had obviously, if you watch our last videos, the paint had obviously come off on the inside where it burnt off. So yeah, we knew this side had work done on it, but the moulding is still the original moulding which has been hit, right, and it's cracked. And so from the inside, if you look down in here, all of the moulding clips, where the moulding actually sticks to the side of the van, I think in this far corner they're actually letting water in. If I take the camera,
yeah, if you take the camera,
you can see that. Yeah, you can see the water. It's not going to focus very well, but you can actually see the water down there. There you go, Luce. You can see the water storing in there, and it is draining out there through the bottom corner very slowly. So we're going to try and sort that out. And I think the best way to go about it is get all the moulding off.
I've zoomed right into you. I'm so sorry. I didn't realise I zoomed right in.
Best thing to do is probably take the moulding off, use some clear silicone. I just had a chat with Dad about it. Yeah, clear silicone, stick it back on, and hopefully we won't have this problem on any other parts of the van, as we haven't so far. You're not going to be able to see, but I'm just going to try and soak up as much of this water as I can so that we can get as... Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
That's all right.
Hashtag van life.
So we can try and I
mean, it's not like loads, but it's enough to be worried about.
But also, at least if we get it dry now, what we can do, now that we've just ordered it, we can actually spray it cavity wax, use it, and stop it from rusting. That's the plan. So at least we can put it to the test straight away. Right, so yeah, the rear one is damaged, and I thought that's why it was coming through. But we just had a little inspection and found that there's a little bit more in this cavity, which is at the front, and it's worrying because from the outside it looks fine. But like I say, it's literally just got to be. The only way it can get in is through these moulding clips. I can't see any other way that it could come in. So
might need another.
This is going to be a prevention morning. Yeah, as we said in a previous video, my uncle does actually work in a body shop. So I spoke to him a couple of days ago about the moulding anyway, about getting some new moulding. And I think when that comes, we'll be able to actually silicone it and get the job done and stop the water coming through. So for today, what we'll do is just insulate everywhere else apart from the very bottom. And then when the moulding comes, we can all still use cavity wax today, stop any rust. But yeah, when the new moulding comes and we get it ordered, we can then crack on and do that. There's always something in there. Like, we've been very lucky. We actually haven't had that many problems, but it feels like every time you go to do a job,
we haven't got the right stuff or something.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, or yeah, there'll be something that means you can't fully do the job all in one day. I was meant to say as well, if you haven't already, watch our last video, because we did complete the sound editing for most of the van, as you can see, and it went pretty well. We've left the floor and we've left parts of the ceiling because the max air fan, the dome and the skylight are going to go above us, and the floor we're planning to do all in one hit. But at least by leaving it now, we can still walk on it fine and not damage any of the insulation or sound deadening sheets. As I said in our last video, and once again I'm going to say today, we use Dodomat. We're using Dodomat because they are one of the leading brands for sound deadening and insulation. Yeah, so we're going to be using the thermo liner today to thermo line all of the walls, and then we're going to be using the recycled plastic bottle thermo liner. No, that's this. Oh. The
thermo fleece.
Thermo fleece. Thank you, Lucy.
You're welcome.
We're going to be using a thermo fleece, which got 7 boxes of each, and hopefully it's going to be enough to cover the van for all weathers, all conditions, and all continents.
Like weather like today, because it's absolutely freezing.
Yeah, it's a test today. So that's our first sheet. 1 of 7. I don't know how long the actual roll is, it probably says somewhere. But what I'm going to do, I think this is peel and stick. Yeah, it
yes,
is.
Love a peel
It
and
is.
stick.
Just like the sand deadening sheets, it should be just as easy to use, if not easier. And like because of its properties, it should be easy to cut, bend, manipulate around anywhere in the van that we plan on putting it. The plan with this is to get it in as many areas as we can around the pan, around the van.
Me pan.
Around the van to try and stop any heat escaping from literally anywhere. So doors, panels, you name it, we'll do it all. I don't know, I feel like it's not gonna... So I don't know if it's gonna actually tuck in behind the two skins. So I'm gonna just do my best to get it in there, but start with about 320. Yeah. 320 by 320 by 550. At least you've got to get Stanley to make this job a lot easier. So I'm struggling already. Like I say, we went for the 10mm thickness, so getting scissors through that ain't easy. Whilst I wait for Lucy, what I am going to do, we ordered some of this wax oil spray, it's cavity wax. And the plan is, if we spray it down in all of the cavities around the bottom areas of the van, we should be able to prevent rust because it just acts like a sort of protective barrier so that any water that goes in there, hopefully we won't get any, but if any water does go in there, it will just slide straight down to the bottom and hopefully drain out in the drain points. So, whilst I'm waiting for her, and in the ones that are dry, which this one is, because there's only 2 that are holding water at the minute, I'm just going to put a good amount of this down there. Right, so back to what we were doing before I got distracted and started doing that. I'm just going to check that the size actually fits, which it does. That's pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
The only thing is, because it's sticky pad, I hope I can actually get it in there. And then I'm going to cut off these rounded areas with the Stanley and work it round the corners as best I can. Same as at the bottom here. Comes down to sort of here. I hate the idea of wasting these little bits, little trims, but you've got to do it, ain't you? Start by peeling literally half of them. Sorry, not even half of the sticky back off. Get it into place. I think it is pretty sticky, so you've got to try and get it right first time, hopefully. There we go. Work it into the corners. Push it up there, whatever. And then get it in there.
Really nice.
That is the first one. The only thing is I've left a little gap there, but we can use some tape or something. Go over the corner of the gaps, stop letting any heat through.
Look at my hair. Looks like I've got 2 horns. It's just started raining, so we've had to bring all the stuff in and we're just having some lunch because we need a little break. And it's actually quite difficult, like, getting it inside and stuff. Like, some metals are closer to the, like, outside of the van, if you get what I mean. Like the middle bits, like these bits. But them ones were really close. But we're nearly done with this side. And then I've started on the door. On to the second roll. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That is so nice. I know I have good judgment. I know I have good taste.
Dancing on the sea. Why are you doing it that way?
You need to move out of the way. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Get in the groove.
Please, no.
You've not gone to the end. Stop it. You've not gone to the end.
Oh.
So you're not paying attention now.
Start again. Callum's getting stressed.
Get out of the way! Ah! You do your side, I'll do mine. For God's sake. Lucy,
Yeah.
stop rattling it all over the place.
It isn't me. It's you.
There you go. Into the groove.
Get into the groove, boy. You've got to. Whoa!
You do that. Whilst I do this.
You need to stop rushing.
Yeah, stop rushing,
Stop.
please.
Stop rushing.
Gotta do some work. You in a rush? Got somewhere to be, ain't you?
No. You have. You've got the PlayStation to be on.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather do this though.
No, you
No,
wouldn't.
stop rushing, yeah.
I'm not. I'm getting in the groove, man. We're wrapping it up for today because it's quite frankly we've been here hours and we've got visitors. So we're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna pick it up again in the week. So see you.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In about 10
I'll see
seconds.
you in 10 seconds and I'm hopefully be wearing something different. Morning and welcome back to the vlog. We are on we're just carrying on what we were doing
last weekend.
what we were doing like 3 seconds ago. And
Yeah.
you probably are thinking, your hair's changed. Yeah, my hair has changed. And we are
beautiful,
actually
doesn't it, guys?
a week later. Thank you, Bubs. And Callum is just, so basically, we've took some of the trims off.
Plastic moulding.
Yeah, the plastic moulds that we need to replace, basically. So, and as we said last week, we had like some water coming through the van, through where the moulds are. So Callum is just, so we've took them off and Callum is just putting some tape over them for now until we get new ones. But Callum's uncle is going to try and get us some ones so she's looking brand new on the outside again. And hopefully we can get the water stop because we're going to put some, is it body sealant?
I'm going to put some body sealant on the outside and then
Yeah.
some clear silicone on the inside just to stop any water coming through the moulding clips because that's what we're getting at the minute at the front of the van. Down where we explained earlier in the video, I think, last weekend, at the front there's actually water getting into the inner skin and that's just through the moulding clips. So like I say, by getting new mouldings, hopefully next weekend they'll be here and we'll be able to clip them on and also silicone around all of the moulding clips to stop any more water coming through.
Should
and
be looking lovely outside. That's really sorry.
And also, like I say, we cavity waxed the ones that were.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
We cavity waxed the ones already that are bone dry inside because we know they're not letting water through. And even though we've done that, I'm still going to take the mouldings off, seal around them, and put them back on just so that we definitely don't have any water problems in the future.
I'm just picking up where I left off really. I'm going to finish this door and hopefully, because we can't really, basically we just want to get this thermo liner done today and hopefully get all the doors done, all the walls done and then ready to insulate once we've got the new trims and the moulds done and stuff like that. So let's crack on.
Look at the job she's doing. Good, isn't you? Whilst I've been working, Lucy has been even more hard at work. And she's done the whole way along the top of the driver's side, which we hadn't done yet. What a job she's done, look at that. Don't get any better than that. Hard life, innit?
It is actually hard.
For all those watching and the millions around the world, present to you our thermo-lined, insulated, long wheelbase Volkswagen Crafter.
Apart from the floor, but that is a different. Welcome back to the vlog. It is now a week later and we didn't do the barn doors last week, so that is the last of this, the last of the thermo liner on the barn doors, and then we can actually start on the thermo fleece, which I'm really excited for. Also, Callum has bought this today, some expanding foam. I assume this is to fill in the gaps at the bottom.
No, it's to fill all of the cavities. Look above your head. How are we going to get in there?
Oh.
We're going to try and get the fleece in there, what we can. I've seen people just stuff it along, and then obviously you're not going to be able to pack it all out, so the expanding foam is just to fill the rest of the gaps and stuff like this. Like that's a little cavity in there. Got to get something through there somehow, innit? See what I mean?
Yeah, I wish. It's a
Otherwise
good job that I'm doing this with you, isn't it? Because I wouldn't know what to do otherwise.
Lucy's getting right in there, aren't you?
I'm actually quite good at this now.
Let's see what you're doing then.
We finally finished the thermo fleecing. Woo! Apart from the floor, obviously, but we're going to do that when we've chosen our floor.
So that's step 2 of the installation done. Sound deadening was step 1. Step 2 is done.
Look how good I did my door, by the way. So good. Callum also did his very well.
Beautiful.
You've missed bits at the top. Hey, you can't be slacking. So the next bit, we are doing the thermo fleece, which looks pretty fun to me. And it's so soft. I'm really excited to do this bit.
Just unwrap the first roll.
Literally looks like a duvet. Look how heavenly soft that looks.
So this is, as Lucy was just showing you, this is a 50mm thermo fleece, which is the last layer of insulation that we're going to be adding to the van. We've got 7 lots, 7 boxes, which I think is probably going to be more than enough. And it says it's 3.7 square meters per roll. And going by the amount we've got, I imagine we've got enough. It's fire tested to a certain extent, so it's actually pretty good fire retardant wise. And also the good thing about it is, 1, it's not itchy, but 2, it's made from recycled plastic bottles, so it's environmentally friendly. And also, this was just a thought that I had, maybe because it's plastic and not actually wool, any water that does get in the van, hopefully it won't go soggy and hot.
Yeah, it won't absorb it, will it?
Yeah, well that's what I'm thinking, I'm hoping so. And if you come and have a look, you literally wouldn't know the difference. Like, it's literally, it pulls apart like wool. I imagine it's pretty easy to cut, because I can almost tear it with my fingers. And yeah, it looks pretty easily workable, so I'm looking forward to using this. Right, so we're going to start with the barn doors now that we're done.
What have you got there though?
This is what I call the Dodomat contact adhesive.
Ooh!
So we were really kindly sent this by Dodomat along with our other little freebies, which is really nice of them. But yeah, this is their own brand of contact adhesive. You could probably use any type, but I recommend Dodomat's.
Why is that? Why?
It's the best, obviously.
Okay.
No, we're staying on theme with Dodomat. And anyway, jokes aside, spray on the surface and also on the fleece. Obviously cut to size, stick to the surface that you're sticking it to, and then it should leave it to do its job. So it's supposed to be one horizontally, the other vertically. That's not going to be easy. Allow it to be touch dry, which it is now, so that's after a couple of seconds. I'm going to get it into the area that I want it. I can just tell it's going to be a pain. There we go. Because we've got we actually have a fault code coming up saying that our number plate lights, the LED's gone I think on one of them, so we're going to change them soon. So as long as we leave that free to get to, be alright. Lucy thinks I'm a sous chef and that she can just ask me when she wants something, rather than reaching. Doing a grand job, darling. Bit of adhesive in behind the wires.
Fingers.
Oh no. Put some gloves on if you want. Would you look at that? You've done a better job than me, I'll be honest. That's what I went for. Didn't go on great, but...
I just need a little bit here. Oops.
That's alright. Great job.
Thank you.
So, just with this bit, like obviously we're not going to be able to get in there very easily. And we were going to use expanding foam, which we still probably will end up using. But this whole cavity here, you just can't get to. So, best thing I think is just rip off in little bits. And just stuff it down as far as you can with the rest of it. And that way, you can fill as much of the space as we can. You can actually see it coming down.
There we go.
Lucy's become a seasoned professional at this.
Going in my eyes. But stuffing the... whatever these are called.
Thermo fleece?
No, this... I don't know what this is called.
Just the roof cavities?
Yeah, the roof cavities with the thermo fleece. We was going to use expanding foam in there, but I don't think we'll need to now. Because we can get...
Done a pretty good job, I think, so far.
The thing is though, I kind of wish I was wearing goggles. It's all getting in my eyes.
It's actually really easy to work with. We can rip it into small sections,
It's
and
really satisfying
you
as
can
well.
just sort of, from the larger, the larger expanses in it, you can just work it along with your finger, pretty much to the end of the cavity. It's just this one section here that we might have to fill, but I've managed to, on the first two, get right into it. So I'm not sure we'll actually need the expanding foam. For now, these are going quite well, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then so far we've done the one side, which is looking really good. Lucy's done all the way along the top and the bottom. Looks really nice.
Just explain why we haven't done the bottom.
And yeah, I was just about to. So we haven't done this one obviously because, as you know from the last video, the moulding is still off. Unfortunately, it didn't come this week, but it should be here next week. So once the moulding arrives for the outside of the van, we'll be able to stick the moulding on the outside and then fill the cavity with thermo fleece. Don't know why I said it like that. And then same as the front. However, the front one, it has actually got a moulding on it. And last week I just went with some clear silicone. I think I did actually show it in the last video. I went with some clear silicone over each of the moulding clips, but for some reason, it still isn't. It still let water through, which is really, really frustrating. So yeah, as I was saying, in the cavities, obviously the water's still sat there, and it's probably been sat there for about a week now. We did dry it up last time, and it's proven that the clear silicone hasn't worked. I thought I got pretty good coverage, but we're gonna soak it up after we finish work today. Yeah, there's a fair bit of water. We're going to soak it up today, and then we're going to try and go over it again with some more clear silicone. I'm just going to absolutely layer it over each of the moulding clips and hope for the best. If not, if next week we turn up and there's still water, then I think it's probably going to be a rip-off job. And have to buy a new one, yeah, which is frustrating because it's probably like 7,500 quid or something like that. I was going to explain as well, so the areas up here can't actually get to because the inner trim, there's like a part of the trim here and another part along here, I think, and it's really not easy to get into, so you obviously can't spray it very well, and like I say, you're meant to spray the thermo fleece and also the part of the van that you're sticking it to. So what I was going to say is, what we've done in areas like this where we can't actually get it in there, I've sprayed the best I can, but what I was doing at first was spraying the fleece and then trying to work it in, but the fleece is just getting stuck sort of around here because it's obviously already had the adhesive on it. So in the end, what I was doing, I think I did that on the first door. The second door, the best thing we just found was just to stuff as much as we could in there, and then we just sprayed a sort of like line across here and put a final bit in, and hopefully I'm thinking that bit is going to stick and hold the rest of it in. But we've packed it right out to try and keep as much insulation up there as possible. So one last thing I wanted to show you guys, mind the moulding being off. I wanted to show you, we could never get into the door from the back, from the side, sorry, and what we were doing, we was going around the back, coming in, opening it from the inside, because we couldn't do that. We were told when we bought the van that this garrison lock was stiff, and that was what was making it not unlock. And the back one, around here, the back one, we got told the key had snapped off in it, which was true, yeah, the key had snapped off in it, but looking at it, the garrison lock wasn't even attached to anything. You can see, when we were insulating, I realised it's not even attached to anything. So I gave Dad a shout and I said, well, what's going on here? And we had a look, and it turns out the front one was attached. Now, it opens, and that's because what we did, we unattached the door pulley from the garrison lock, pulled it out of the slot, and if you look down here, if you can see very well, this was completely unattached, and that fitting was for this handle, so no wonder it didn't work, because it wasn't attached to anything. So yeah, we've attached the cable from there onto the handle, and now it works from the outside, so we've got a fully working sliding door. And that just about wraps up today's video. So Lucy's gone inside, she's going out, so she's getting ready. I just wanted to say real progress we've made today. I'll show you guys as well exactly where we're up to with the rest of the van. But yeah, we finished insulating, I've sorted the lock problem with Dad, and it just feels like, yeah, we've made really, really good progress today. So from me on my own, Lucy would have said the same, but like, comment and subscribe as always. We're now up to like 300 of you watching, which is really good. It's lots to see, so thank you all very much for the support, and we'll see you in the next video.